For the classes where you need some reference from your old notes, this is the perfect system for you guys. It's going to be a Dutch door note-taking system. So you're going to cut your pages in half. Yep, just do it, trust me. You're going to use this top half as your reference pages and the bottom half as your daily notes for class. So this is great for classes that have information that build upon each other, like biology. So I'm going to show you an example of how you would take notes in your biology book. As you can see, the chapters are things that have information that you would probably need to remember in order to do well in the next chapters. So what you're going to do is use this bottom half for your daily class notes, unit by units, and the top for your vocab and equations. So here is a fresh page. We will be starting with chapter 1. We're going to keep this super simple for you guys. I want you to understand it. So let's just say that we were learning about diversity in cells for chapter 1. So this is like when you're in class, you're taking notes on what the teacher has up on the board or in your book. And then as you can see, I have some highlighted words in my book. So those would be things that would go up on the top, because chances are to do well in biology, I'm going to need to remember that specific word. You could also take the time after class or in a study hall to do the top half of the page. That way you're making sure you get down all of the needed information on the bottom half for that day. So it's a month later or so, and we're now on chapter 3, and we're learning about hereditary in the biology world. So maybe I need to remember some of those key concepts that we learned in chapter 1. So we're going to go back to that chapter 1 Dutch door page. The point of the Dutch door is that you can go back to previous information while you're staying on your current unit when you're studying. Language classes are awesome for this type of note-taking, so I'm going to show you a quick version of Spanish, and then we're going to get into the math. So you would just put your vocab and verbs up at the top, and then the bottom would be used again for your class notes. All right, math. I haven't had to have a math class in a very long time, so the top is going to be for equations, and the bottom is your class notes and examples. So the bottom half of this pertains to the words up at the top. As you can see, the bottom is all the examples for the phrases that we're learning in this first chapter. Now these are things you're going to need to remember, right? So skip forward a couple of chapters and we're going to get into some nitty-gritty stuff like scientific notation. What? I don't remember this, but we're going to pretend that we do. So the top half that is highlighted correlates with the example on the bottom. That's how I do the color coding for this. All of the colors that go with the example should be the same. That way you can quickly see your class notes effectively for that specific chapter. So to understand chapter 4 and to be able to do these equations, you would have had to have remembered everything from chapter 1, right? Because the laws of exponents are just building blocks from the first chapter. So if you need a quick refresher, this is when you would flip your Dutch door back to chapter 1. All right, so a quick recap. Your top pages are used for reference and your bottom pages are used for your daily class notes. Don't forget to highlight. And if you guys have any more questions, leave them down below. I have more fall videos coming your way. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.